Promises made, promises delivered yet again. Why have I, Joe Duffy of winnersandwhiners.com, been in the business for 37 years? Because I don't make promises I can't keep. Here's all I've done for you. 17-8 start with all football selections. Of course, that includes preseason, and that's 5-1 in college football, 6-2 in Major League Baseball, 10-3 overall. What do I have for you for Friday? A lot more winning. I've got a college football side and a college football total. I've got 2 Major League Baseball winners. I now have 15 college football winners for Saturday at Winners and Whiners. That includes some late steam. Almost half, 7 of them were added on Friday. So I got some big late steam for the Saturday portfolio. We're going to keep winning and allow the bookmakers to keep winning. When I told you, I had very specific reasons. Go back, watch some of my other videos where I've given you specific reasons why I honestly believe this could very well be, will probably be, the greatest football betting season ever recorded by any gambler ever. And I've got a free winner for this Friday. It is to go with Stanford plus the 9 against TCU. Week 1 home underdogs or very small favorites do pretty darn well, 76, 47, and 1. And it makes sense as far as a standpoint, so-called intangibles. It's week 1. So the inferior teams, there maybe have some unbridled optimism. They're going to enter, and so do their fans. So there's going to be a little bit more of a home field advantage. Yeah, it's not like baseball, which has a quote-unquote opening day. But this is the first game of the year. The Stanford fans should be pretty fired up for this game, maybe a little bit naive about their possibilities of having a good season. Also, remember, early season's a crapshoot for the bookmakers. I know there are a lot of people, square players say, I don't like to bet preseason games. It's hard to really get a grip on these teams. But we sharps, we exploit unpredictability. The odds makers don't like handicapping or putting out the odds for the early games because it's unpredictable for them. And those of you go back to my score phone days of 1980, I've been using this term since the 1980s, predictably unpredictable. As a sharp, we bet on the unpredictability. Also, early season, the inferior teams, they're not going to be mentally and physically worn down where they will as the season goes on. So there's really more of a gap as far as, again, I guess I'll use that word again, intangibles when it comes to the superior teams and the inferior teams, where, like I said, when it's very late in the season, maybe the teams will get worn down a little bit. That is not the case when you do have this unbridled optimism. So it doesn't surprise me at all. And I use a lot of the power ratings that are out there, a lot of the lines. I pay for them. You've got access to most of the ones that I use. And there is a very high-profile one out there, one of the bigger name sites. But they have the power line at 5.3. And I like their power line, especially in college football. It's been pretty good to me as corroboration, not really as a number one indicator, but when it corroborates my picks, it's done very well. And so they say the power line is 5.3, giving us a 7.4% edge. So again, the Cardinal of Stanford is your winner. Make a fortune. Have you been on the outside looking in? It's time you jump on board Joe Duffy's picks at Winners and Whiners.